The holidays are a jolly time filled with good food and family fun, but the holidays can dish up some stressors.
I mean, that's what we're already talking about this morning. We've all been there, but there are strategies that you can use to help navigate those really hard conversations or just avoid them altogether. This morning, psychologist and professor at DU, Dr. Galena Rhodes, is joining us to talk all about those. Dr. Rhodes, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Help us out with this. Why are family dynamics during the holidays so difficult for us to navigate?
Well, I think there are several factors. One is everybody's coming together, right? There's also a lot of history and a lot of tradition, and you've got often 2 or 3 or even 4 generations that you're trying to blend, right? So you've got in-laws, you've got step-parents and step-families, so many dynamics on top of tradition and so many expectations.
Yeah, so stress can definitely play a role, especially if you're hosting. It is so stressful. What are ways to deal with some of that pressure?
So I think one thing people can do is before the holidays start, today maybe, is to think about what our own expectations are and what our intentions are going into Thanksgiving. To really take a minute and think about what do we want things to look like and what's under our control, right? And then to communicate those expectations, right, to others, to let people know what you're expecting and to make some plans so that you can manage the stress and the dynamics well.
All right, so we know a lot of students, they went off to college maybe for the first time. Now they're coming home for the holidays. What are some of the specific challenges they face?
I think this is one of the hardest things, right? Because for some students, it's the first time they've gone home since they left for college. And they're a different person in so many ways, right? But they're entering back into this family system that hasn't shifted oftentimes. So I think that can be a really stressful re-entry. And again, talking about expectations and thinking about our intentions and what we want to go into it with is one of the best things we can do.
What communication tips can people use to resolve some of those tensions?
Well, one, I think, is to think about whether this is a time that you want to address tensions or not. It may be, right? It may be a time to do that, but it may be that you want to move into Thanksgiving really with the idea that you're going to set aside those tensions and differences, right? If you do get into a conflict, take a time out. Don't tell the other person to take a time out. That's not going to right? But for yourself, say, I need to take a break. Let me go check on the pies. Let's come back to this after dinner or tomorrow. Or could I give you a call the next day or a couple days later to talk through this?
We have all had that family member, though, that is so insistent on having that conversation. How do you just totally sidestep that altogether?
Oh, I don't know if you can totally sidestep it, but I think being intentional about what you're saying in that moment, right? And calling it out, right? Maybe this isn't the time to have this conversation, right? Let's set aside another time to have this conversation because it's important to me too, but not right now.
Sometimes it's not about what you say, it's how you say it that can really make the difference.
That's right.
And I love what you said. I mean, I feel like, you know, laying those ground rules in advance makes the day really nice and peaceful for family. If like ahead of time, you're like, look, I know you two have differences. Thanksgiving isn't the time. You guys can do it a different time. We'll put you guys on different sides of the table. But I feel like if you have the conversations in advance, it kind of mitigates some of the problems at the dinner.
Exactly. I think that's right.
Okay.
It reminds me of the SNL sketch where, you know, it was very politically charged conversation and they would play Adele every time that to bring the focus back to the celebrations.
It's a great reminder, right? To have a signal like that, hey, let's get back on track to what we really want to be celebrating together.
And we would like to add a clarification. We are very blessed with our families. So all of our families are watching out there.
We love you.
We love you out there. Don't come for us. Thank you so much, Dr. Rhodes. We appreciate it.
Thank you.